Ready. Drop.
Hey guys, it's Jessica here again, and today I actually have a really special episode for you guys. So any of you that have subscribed to my channel or have been following me, you guys know by now that I absolutely love art projects, but specifically I love taking something that is old and worn and redoing it, or taking something and kind of reinventing it. So a friend of mine has actually commissioned me to do this project for him, and I'm very excited to take it on. I'm actually very honored to be doing this one because it's a little bit different than anything that I have ever done before. So what we will actually be doing is taking this BC Rich guitar, and we are going to be making it in the style of a Buckethead Flying V. So that is going to completely revamp the look of this guitar, which is really nice challenge actually, and exciting for me to take on. So I am looking forward to bringing you guys along for this ride, and don't worry, I have consulted all the experts to make sure that we do a really great professional job on this. So I'm really super excited for the challenge, but I'm confident that we're going to be able to pull it off. So just to show you guys what an awesome piece of equipment this is, I'm actually really stoked to be holding it right now. Check this out. So really cool. Please forgive me guys, I've actually just learned that riff to play for you. So to paint this thing is going to be super awesome. So come along for the ride. I'm looking forward to getting started. And remember, if you like, click like and subscribe and all that great stuff. And make sure you click the bell because I am constantly trying to come up with really cool ideas and stuff to show you guys. And I want you guys to know when they come out. So subscribe and click that bell so that you guys will know. And let's get started. Okay guys, so as usual, we don't get to just jump into any project and not do all the preliminary stuff first. So this did come to us with a lot of scratches and a couple of chips actually in the guitar itself. So I wanted to give it a really good sanding to make sure that when I paint it, everything comes out really smooth. We are going to be putting a really glossy coat on this, so that on top of it being turned into a white guitar would show every imperfection. So I wanted to make sure that we started off with a really clean surface. So that's what we're doing here. So here we are moving on to another very tedious part of the process. It is definitely not the fun part of this project, however it is really necessary. I did not want to get any overspray in any of these important parts of the guitar, so I made sure that we taped everything off. It is really important, and it's going to help you for any little projects you do in the future. You can cover everything up, and then while you're painting you don't have to worry about kind of over painting on the other portions. So I promise you guys we're going to get to the fun part of this project soon, but I wanted to show you all the necessary steps that come before it.
So here what I'm doing is a logo that was going to be, because it was modeled off of the Buckethead Flying V guitar, but we ended up going for a more streamlined, clean look. But I still wanted to show you guys what I did when I was making this logo, so you guys understand sometimes you start off an art project and you have one thing in mind and kind of change it up in the end. So we're just going to remove this, reverse it, and take it away. So honestly, this part was so nerve-wracking, just unveiling the last of everything that we had done and just hoping that everything was going to be okay and pristine. And honestly, with every piece of tape that was removed, there's always some touch-up that goes into it, but thank goodness it came out really beautiful and I was really, really happy with the finished product. But still scary as hell doing this. Okay guys, so I am so happy to report that we are wrapping up this project. It definitely took longer than I expected, but like I said, it was a challenge. It was a challenge I was really happy to accept. It took a lot of touch-up work along the way. It honestly felt like every time we removed a piece of tape or we sprayed one side, we had to be really, really careful to not create any drips or any spots where, you know, the paint didn't go. Really careful to not have any overspray. So we really, really tried to do this with so much detail and care, and I'm very happy with the results. I think it's beautiful. We are actually going to get to turn this guitar over tomorrow, so I'm super excited to see the reaction, and I really hope that our friend is happy with the job that we did. We really worked very, very hard to do our best on this. I did want to kind of explain to you guys some of the parts that weren't in the video, because I try not to include all of the kind of repetitive things in these videos, but I did want to explain to you that those lacquer coats, it took a lot. It took a lot of coats, and every time you spray a coat, you have to make sure that you are sanding and wiping down, waiting for that coat to dry for at least an hour or more. Thin coats so that it dries properly and there's no dripping over the sides especially. And a lot of the detail work, when the tape comes up, I did try to show you guys that little trick, and I'll explain it. When you tape the surface, if you go ahead and spray the color of your background onto that tape, or whatever you're using to block that surface, when you're trying to create a pattern or something like that, it actually kind of fills in underneath the tape, if that makes sense, so that when you do put your coat over it, it doesn't bleed through as easily. The other trick that my dad had told me is that you want to pull that tape up, preferably when the paint is a little bit dry, but not completely dry, because if it's completely dry, it has a tendency to pull that paint up with it while you're pulling it off. So those are a couple tricks that you can use in really any application for any painting project that you're doing. Also, I tried to show you guys the hardware. Now, obviously, as we were spraying it, we wanted to keep everything in place, so I did leave the screws in place while we were spraying. However, kind of like if you've ever been in a house where someone has painted the door, but they've just gone ahead and painted over the hinges, it doesn't have that clean look, and it's a really, really easy fix. In that case, you can remove the door, you know, throw the hinges into some paint thinner, and it's a really, really beautiful finish. It makes it just totally come back to life. So that's essentially what I did here. I removed all of the screws very carefully when the paint was still partially wet, and I cleaned them up really good and put them back in place. So you just end up with that really nice, clean, streamlined look. It looks more professionally done, when you pay attention to that kind of detail. So after many, many coats of lacquer and a lot of detailing work, a lot of touch up, a lot of real attention to making sure that we were careful, you know, to really keep looking over the guitar and touching up anything that we needed to, I'm happy to report that we have a wonderful finished product, and I will do the walk around with you guys in a moment. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This was a really fun one. I hope you guys enjoy it too. And please click like and subscribe and share these videos, please. It just makes me so happy when I see all the views. So again, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm going to show you that walk around. All right, so here it is, the finished product, and look at that glossy shine. It is just so pretty. You can actually see the reflection of the ceiling fan light. It's just crazy how nice and glossy this came out. I love it. Like I said, it took a lot of coats, but definitely worth it. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the pan over of the front as well. And this guitar is looking awesome. Super proud of how this turned out. I mean, look at that detail, look at the glossy finish, and you can see all of the nice clean edges as well. So again, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time.